We're just going quick and dirty today. You can take your time and experiment with different techniques. There's so many different marker techniques for paint markers that you can find online and stuff. So just draw whatever comes to mind. If you don't like it, you can always paint over it. Try again, right? I mean, nobody's perfect. But you can also like just try things and then go over them again. Like I didn't like the original drawing that I did on this one, so then I went over with another color and then it looked a little bit cooler. The good thing about paint markers is you can paint over things. These are some examples that I did for my graffiti workshops with the kids and stuff. So all of this is using paint markers, and this guy is just using stencils. We'll get into that maybe on the next segment. And they're a lot of fun to work with, and it's cool because like paint markers are an easy thing to play with because you can correct your mistakes, go over lines and stuff like that. And there's so many different kinds of paint markers and mops and stuff that you can play with. And a lot of these you can find at most craft stores or art stores. So these ones do like thicker lines, and it's like a bingo dabber. And then you can find like metallics. There's so many different kinds. So experiment with different kinds of paint markers. You can get some at Michael's, you can get some at graffiti shops. There's one on Barton called Blazin', that's a local shop that's good to support. They got all kinds of cool art supplies, especially for paint markers and spray paint, and really knowledgeable staff to let you know what's going on and teach you how to use them if you don't know how. So this is just a fun, cool little experimental project that you can play around with. Feel free to just explore so many options with backgrounds and paints and different kinds of paint markers, and just go nuts with it. Thanks for hanging with us. We'll see you again next time.
I don't think the plane crash was an accident.
I have been following the collective. You have not handled any cases like this one.
This isn't an accident, it is a cover-up.
I'm gonna find out what happened and why.
Those people will go to any lengths to silence the truth.
The Collective, all new Wednesday at 10, only on Showcase.
Get ready, Hamilton. It's the 2025 IBL Home Run Derby and All-Star Game. Hosted by the Hamilton Cardinals at beautiful Bernie Arbor Stadium. Watch the league's top sluggers crush moonshots in the Derby. Then see the best of the best go head-to-head under the lights in the All-Star Game. Because this summer, the stars shine brightest in Hamilton.
The following is a Cable 14 sports presentation.
Hamilton Cardinals baseball is on the air on Cable 14 and on a special edition, a Thursday night edition of Friday Night Baseball on a Thursday. Neil Sherwosto up in the booth here, high above the Bird's Nest here at Bernie Arbor Stadium as the London Majors are in town to take on your Cardinals. London Majors sitting in second place at 17-10. 4.5 games behind the Welland Jackfish already, and the Hamilton Cardinals riding high on a 5-game winning streak are 14-12. 7 back as we're going to pause for the... We're going to take a pause here for the anthem in a second here, and thank you so much for joining us.
True patriot love in all of us. command, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Big round of applause for Brianna Rowe.
Brianna Rowe doing a great job with the anthem as we're getting ready to get underway here. The Cardinals on the field. London Majors coming to bat. Enrique Saldana will start the game for the Cardinals. As we take a quick look at the lineup for the London Majors. Leading off the center fielder, Toby Simmons. Batting second, the shortstop, Francisco Fajardo. Batting third, the catcher, Eduardo De Olio. Batting in the fourth spot, the first baseman, number 12, Brad Verhoeven. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Josh Niles. Batting sixth, the left fielder, Champ Gardner. Ken Sugi in right field is batting seventh. Ricky DeLugo is taking the DH spot tonight in the eighth spot. And Dre Amaral batting ninth at second base for the Majors. Saldana comes into action with a 1-2 record. A 6.96 ERA, 5 starts so far for the Cardinals. 18 strikeouts, 13 walks, 20 and 2/3 of an inning pitched. Of course, he's more of a ground ball pitcher, so that ERA is going to come down a lot. Of course, he had a rough start against the Welland Jackfish here at home, so that was definitely inflating the ERA a little bit, but definitely has been much better since then, including a huge win in Chatham-Kent last Saturday night against the Barnstormers. But yes, the Majors are definitely in the thick of things. Nobody expected them to be contending for second place or even battling the top of the step as the standings. And we bring you back up to the Bird's Nest. Thank you so much for tuning in on your Thursday night. I know it's throwing everybody off tonight. It's used to Friday night baseball on Cable 14, but it's a special night up here as we're honoring Fernando Rodney. Of course, we got the Rodney caps as well. So, you know, as you came to the ballpark tonight, you got a Rodney cap. You got to wear it sideways in his honor as well. But yes, we got the first batter coming to the plate here. Toby Simmons, the center fielder, will lead things off for the Majors. Simmons, of course, will be headlining the All-Star game, his first year here in the Intercounty. As Saldana gets set and his first offering is in there. And it's fouled away by Simmons for strike one. First pitch at 7:34 p.m. Eastern time. Saldana is 35 for 111. He's batting .315 on the year. 3 home runs, 17 RBIs as we get underway. Fouls off that one again, almost the same spot, almost identical location in the zone as well. And quickly, Saldana headed the count 0-2 here. Simmons, a native of the Bahamas. Swung on a miss, and Saldana's got his first punch out. And there's one away here. And another strikeout for our friends here on the tallies at Little Caesars for strikeouts for hunger, as the young man with the post has already got one across the diamond here. And now Francisco Fajardo will be the batter. The shortstop, former Vancouver Canadian, former Blue Jay prospect. Unfortunately was not voted in at the last man in for the Majors. But the Majors do have a lot of All-Stars. First pitch for Fajardo misses low for a ball. Count now 1-0. One away here in the top of the first inning. Just underway. That one misses outside. Hernandez doing the best he can there. As we'll take a quick look at defense once this out is recorded here. He chases that one outside of the zone. The count now 2 balls and 1 strike here on Fajardo. Looks in from the sign for Hernandez. 2-1 offering. Swung on and missed. And the count is 2-2. Fajardo thought he was going to chase that one and just guessed wrong. 2-2 offering is popped in the air in the infield. Fajardo looking for it. He's going to call for it himself, and he's going to make the catch. And there's one away. Looks like Tanner Rempel's got a new hairstyle out there.
Atta baby. Good job.
I have to ask about that one. But here, we'll take a quick look at the defense for the Cardinals to start things off. In left field, we got Yoki Pena. In center field, Tyler. Carlos Dominguez is in right field. At third base, Brendan Nichols. Third base is Jonathan Salazzo. Nichols at shortstop. Jaden Brown's at second, and Tanner Rempel is at first. And Hernandez is behind the plate to catch Saldana with 2 away now. And he starts off Eduardo De Olio, the home run derby candidate, or competitor anyways. He was hitting some baseballs pretty far in this ballpark in batting practice. Definitely getting tuned up. That one misses outside for a ball. And the count is 1-1 with 2 away here. If you are scoring at home, that was scored an F1 on Fajardo. As De Olio chases that one in the inner half here. He's asking the plate umpire, Mr. Chris Walters, where that one was. Jeff Rose is at third base and Nick Leffler is at first, and had a chuckle at Chris Walters' Facebook post before the game today. Guess his young man, when his household was celebrating his birthday recently, he got some gift cards, so, you know, he made a deal with Mr. Walters there. And let's just say the youngster made off like a bandit, and the people at Mastermind are $112 richer. Let's just leave it at that. But what parent hasn't been put in that situation? That one misses inside for a ball. And the count is 2-2 on De Olio. Yeah, so the young man went in there and saw something he wanted and figured, okay, he's got a $25 gift card. Dad will pick up the rest. And, of course, Dad agreed to it. And then, of course, they walked past the Jurassic World stuff that just came out. So, you know, his eyes lit up, and, you know, as De Olio goes down on strikes and the inning is over, 3 up, 3 down, the Majors go here in the first. Anyways, Mr. Walters is now $112. His wallet's $112 a little lighter, but, you know, the kid's got a very special gift for his birthday. So that's how that ends as the inning is over here, and we'll take a quick look at the starting pitcher for the London Majors. Victor Payano, with a 3-1 record on the year, has been absolutely dominant for these London Majors through 9 starts, 10 appearances overall. This is his 11th appearance and 10th start of the season. His ERA is .231. He's third in the league with ERA. 70 strikeouts on the year. That's second in the league. His 9 starts, only 8 walks allowed. 62 and .1 innings pitched. His last start against the Guelph Royals was 7 innings pitched. He allowed 3 runs, 8 hits, had 8 strikeouts, no walks. So the trick to Payano is, you know, you're going to have to put the ball in play, but you got to wait him out here too. But it's very hard to get walks against this guy. I think in his highest walk total this year was 2 walks against the Welland Jackfish. So if the Jackfish aren't getting walks, it's very difficult as far as that stuff goes. So we'll take a quick look at the batting order here, as Carlos Domingos will lead things off in right field. Brandon Nickel is batting second at shortstop. Tyler Duncan is batting third in center field. Yalmer Hernandez is the catcher, and the new acquisition is batting fourth. Josh Williams, the designated hitter, is batting fifth. Tanner Rempel is at first. Jonathan Salazzo is batting after Rempel at third base. Jaden Brown's at second base, and Yoki Pena is in the 9 spot for the Cardinals against Mr. Payano and the Majors. Of course, last time those Majors and Cardinals met up here, they didn't go so well for the Majors on a very hot day. Cardinals were able to break out not so long ago, just 2 Sundays ago actually, to the tone of 15 runs in that victory over the Majors, with even the season series at 1 apiece. Of course, this is the first of a home-and-home series between the Majors. And next game is, of course, going to be tomorrow night in London. Game time is 7:35 p.m. If you tune in on the late Majors broadcast, don't be surprised to hear a familiar voice, a.k.a. me, on the broadcast. I am doing the microphone tomorrow night. I'm on the PA system as we're making the annual trip down to entertain the folks at Labatt Park. It just happened to work out. We had a free Friday, so it worked out nicely for us. And yes, so you'll see us on the broadcast tomorrow night. Again, thanks to Scott and Roop and everything else at the Majors, and Matt for inviting us down to have some fun at the historic ballpark at Labatt Park. And, of course, Carlos Domingos now the batter here as we're ready to go in the home half of the first inning. Domingos takes ball 1 from Payano. Bottom of the first, we're scoreless here. That one misses inside. Oh, it's actually called a strike by Walters. Counts even at 1-1. Dominguez followed by Nickel and Duncan due up in the order. Tyler Duncan, of course, the reigning player of the week. Quite the performance last week. for Mr. Duncan, including the cycle on Saturday night. But this one's lined up the middle by Dominguez, goes off the glove and off the base. No chance for the second baseman on that one. Amaral tried his best, but leadoff man's aboard. Dominguez will start the charge here for the Cardinals in the home half of the first inning.
Shortstop number 32,
And Brandon Nickel, the shortstop now. Another one of the Cardinals All-Stars going to the All-Star game here on Sunday. Make sure you come join us. Home Run Derby starts at 4:30. You can watch it on Cable 14. Also, it's being simulcast by our friends at CHCH TV as well. We'd rather have you guys in the ballpark. Make this place loud. Fill the ballpark. As Nichols swings and misses that first offering from Piano, count 0-1 now. Piano looks back, the runner at first. Dominguez going on the pitch. Duolio knew the pitch out was the throw was going to be up the middle area. Now we got a head-on collision here. And I think guys are hurt. Now they're going to help each other up. Almirano's going to get a hug and make sure he's all right. But yes, that was an ugly slide in there by Dominguez. And unfortunately, Amaral was waiting for the baseball, which was way wide. Likely to be charged a stolen base, but we'll see officially what Nate. Give him the error on the catcher, Duolio. It's an E2. No stolen base for Dominguez, but he is now in scoring position for Nickel, who's working with an 0-2 count. As Nickel hits this one down the line, the left field line is going to drop in. Dominguez gets the wave. And Nichols will hold its first base, but it is 1-0 for the Cardinals early here in the first inning. Give the RBI single to Nickel. And Dominguez comes all the way around the score from second base. 1-0 for the Cardinals over the Majors in the first inning. That'll bring up Tyler Duncan, the reigning player of the week. 6 home runs now on the season for Mr. Duncan. As him and I had a great conversation Saturday night. We got bombed by half the teammates as they're walking back from the dugout and everything else, just having fun and very loose as far as everything else goes. But Duncan hitting for the cycle Saturday night, and just having a great week overall. Player of the week nod, 3 home runs, 7 RBIs. As he takes ball 1 here from Piano. Duncan's up to 33 for 97, a 340 average now, 6 home runs, 22 RBIs. Of course, he's the number 1 seed in the home run derby. The defending champion will defend his title here at home Sunday afternoon. Takes that one in for a strike, says Chris Walters. Count 1-1 now. Duncan steps out of the box, adjusts his things. Whoever was on the chalk duty today was a little thick with the lines at home plate. The batter's boxes are a little thick today. That one misses for a ball. And a count now 2-1 on Duncan. Yammer Hernandez waits on deck, the catcher, who's got 3 home runs so far, 10 RBIs in his debut, just 3 games into the season with the Cardinals. What a great acquisition by this ball club. And a very humble young man. Duncan swings and misses at that offering. Counts on 2-2. Piano looks again at the runner at first. 2-2 offering. Called strike 3. Duncan didn't like it, but he got it rung up on it, and there's 1 away now. Yammer Hernandez is the catcher. Like I mentioned, 3 home runs so far on the season, 10 RBIs, a grand slam, a 3-run blast, and I believe a solo blast and an RBI single at some point in the 4 games since joining the Cardinals. He was also a good candidate for Player of the Week, but of course, hard to look past a guy hitting for the cycle. It's very rare to do that in any league, let alone the inter-county. As he watches that one sail outside for ball 1. 1-0 Cardinals here early in the first inning. Majors went 3 up, 3 down in their half of the frame. As Hernandez hits one liner, but a great catch by Amaral at second base to deny Hernandez of what should have been a single, if not extra bases there. 2 away now. L4 will be the official score on that one. A liner to the second baseman. And then I bring up the doesn't hit hitter, Josh Williams, who is going to the All-Star game as well. Williams is 18 for 65, 276 on the year, 4 home runs, 13 RBIs. Just a great guy, and great to see him back, having a lot of fun playing baseball again. He swings and misses out at first offering. For strike one, as Payano tries to get ahead in the count here. Well, it's the first inning. I've already made a mess of my score sheet. One offering. Williams tried to hold his check swing. They peeled down to second base. Jeff Rose said that he did not go around, and the count is even at 1-1. Just make sure you get your tickets for the All-Star game. Tickets are on sale right now, guys and gals. You want to get them early. Of course, it's general seating. There's no assigned seats, so definitely, if you're planning on coming down, maybe you want to get down here for about 3:30 in the afternoon. Taking the Derby at 4:30. Have dinner here at the ballpark, or maybe eat beforehand. Derby will start promptly at 4:30, and then we got the All-Star Game festivities at 7:30, which should be a great matchup. See the Intercounty's best playing here at Bernie Arbor. I'm looking forward to it. And my partner Reese Duffy is looking forward to this. So Alec Murray will be joining us in the press box as well. Through it there. As Williams goes down swinging, that's going to end the inning. Cardinals do get a run on a pair of hits. And lead this one 1-0. We're going to take you quickly to talk to the All-Star game once again here. And you get your tickets on HamiltonCardinals.com.
Former Hamilton Cardinals pitcher, Brad Lawson. Standing tall at 6'8" hailing from Burlington. Brent spent 4 seasons with the Hamilton.
And just so you remember, guys, every game is closed caption here on Cable 14 for the benefit of our deaf and blind folks out there as well, so we can hear the descriptive video, and you can also see the sign language. And we're, of course, the closed captioning as well, so you can see exactly the words and images that we're talking about here.
Across more than 500 innings pitched in the IBL, Brett racked up over 400.
And we're going to take you now to the All-Star presentations as well. You'll see the All-Star ad once more. That was where pal Reed Duffy try to convince you to buy some more tickets.
2025 IBL Home Run Derby and All-Star Game. Hosted by the Hamilton Cardinals at beautiful Bernie Arbor Stadium. Watch the league's top sluggers crush moonshots in the Derby. Then see the best of the best go head-to-head under the lights in the All-Star Game. Grab your tickets now at HamiltonCardinals.com or watch it live on Cable 14. Because this summer, the stars shine brightest in Hamilton.
Welcome back up to the Bird's Nest. Neil Sherwasto here on Cable 14 on Thursday Night Baseball. Just not to confuse everybody. We're used to doing Fridays, but hey, no Reed tonight because, again, it's Thursday night. So it's a special night. We're honoring Fernando Rodney, of course. His Cardinals are up 1-0 here early on the London Majors. But thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure you guys get your tickets as well. Make sure you get your tickets on on HamiltonCardinals.com and enjoy the All-Star Game here with us on Sunday night.
Stepping up to the plate, the first baseman, number 12, Brad Verhoeven.
As Brad Verhoeven will step to the plate now. What a season Verhoeven is having so far. 333 average, no home runs, but 5 RBIs since taking over the first base duties for Caden Carzosa, who's up with the Ottawa Titans. We got a shout out to Braden Farrington and the crew watching at home in London as well. See, he's got us on the big screen on Cable 14. So we do appreciate Mr. Farrington. Of course, he's one of our co-hosts for the IBL Inside Pitch podcast, which you guys can catch every Tuesday morning, wherever podcasts are. If you want to watch on the YouTube as well, you can. We try to break down the week that was in the Intercounty, as that one is fouled away by Verhoeven. And the count quickly 0-2 here from Saldana. 1-0, the Cardinals leading this one here in the top of the second inning. Saldana gets set. His 0-2 offering. Just misses outside, says Chris Walters. Hernandez tried to pull that one back in, but to no avail. 1-2 now the count. Well, we do appreciate you guys watching on Cable 14, even on the internet, wherever you guys are, as Verhoeven strikes out. So that's a third strikeout of the evening for Saldana. For a guy that's normally known as a ground ball, fly ball pitcher, make contact, he's definitely got the strike zone working tonight. As Josh Niles, the former Cardinal and St. Thomas native, will be the batter now. Niles, of course, the leading vote getter at the third base position on the other side of the ballot. But a great job by this young man. As he swings and misses at that first offering from Saldana for strike one. Of course, he was traded by the Cardinals to the majors. That one misses inside for a ball. And the count is 1-1 with one away. One offering. Just misses outside on it for a ball. Count now 2-1. Not missing by much, that's for sure. 2-1 offering. Is lined to the ground ball. Nichols up with it. He'll step and throw to Rimple at first, and there's two away. 6-3 goes the put out. Yeah, we're going to have to ask about Rimple and his new hairstyle here. Guess he just wanted to change up the look a little bit. Now he's kind of got with a platinum blonde look. I don't know if he lost a bet or what, or just needed to change the do. But he's definitely sporting a new do out there. Almost didn't recognize him. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Chant Gardner, with two away now. That one misses inside for a ball. As Gardner comes to the plate. Gardner batting .263 on the season, 1 home run, 8 RBIs. That one's in there for a called strike. And so Daniel Eaton's account at 1-1. 1 of 3 games in the Intercounty this evening. Barry is hosting Guelph. Chatham-Kent is in Kitchener. This one's up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit as Gardner goes the other way with that one. Up the middle. And that's the first base runner for the majors this evening. As Ken Sugi, the right fielder, will be the batter now. Sugi's been the walk-off hero numerous times so far in this season for the majors, including against the Cardinals on Father's Day. Saldana's first offering is in for a called strike. Saldana continues to pound the strike zone and getting ahead of these batters early. Sugi batting .250, 1 home run, 15 RBIs on the season. One offering is lined at the third base. Lazo up with it. He'll step and throw to first over Rempel and covering. And that'll be in the inning. 5-3 goes your put out. And there's one runner left on board here in the second inning. As you're watching Hamilton Cardinals baseball on Cable 14. But yes, we'll get to the out-of-town scoreboard now. We've got a couple minutes of action. Royals and Barrie Baycats are just underway. It's scoreless. Chatham-Kent and Kitchener, the Barnstormers up to a 1-0 lead here early in Kitchener at Jack Couch Park. That one's in the bottom of the first inning. Asuki Akasuka getting the start for the Barnstormers. Of course, he was brilliant here last Friday, just unfortunately fell victim of circumstances, gave up 2 runs, one in the first inning on a 2-out ground ball to Josh Williams, and then a sacrifice fly in the 5th inning. All the runs the Cardinals got, but that's all they needed, too, as their pitching staff was lights out that evening. But Akasuka, of course, the switch pitcher, was just unable to get any offense support. Hopefully he's already got a run across tonight, though. Of course, the Barnstormers battling through the order as well. Of course, they're on a 3-game losing skid now. But the big problem for the Barnstormers right now is just in the left on base as far as we're walking back up to the booth here in the Bird's Nest. I'm Neil Sherwaspo. Thank you so much for tuning in wherever you are. Watching too. Hello to the kids out there as well. Hope you're all having fun tonight. And so, of course, it's Thursday night, so yeah, pizza night, I guess, at our house was something different tonight. Sorry. It just happened to be that way. But it's okay. We'll make it up for next week, I'm sure. But, yes, everything else, and of course, Victor Payano will go back out to start here. But, yes, the Barnstormers, victims of a lot of left on base, just not being able to cash in runs. Of course, the Cardinals went through that a couple of weeks ago, but then have turned the corner of that as well. Of course, the offense has been sparked by pretty much a different guy every night for these Cardinals so far in the 5-game winning streak. So never show who's going to step it up, but it's been great to see the load has been definitely balanced out here. Guys are refocused at the plate and just doing what they can do here. And Tanner Rempel, sporting a new do, will come to the plate here. I'm not sure what he was going with a hairdo, but he has definitely gotten a lot lighter here. Definitely a lot lighter. So he'll lead things off here in the second inning. His Cardinals leading this one 1-0. Rempel, Salazzo, and Jaden Brown due up in the order here in the bottom of the second inning. As Rempel hits the first pitch he sees right at Josh Niles. Niles will throw it across the diamond to Verhoeven covering, and it's a 5-3 put-out when one away here as Payano gets the first out of the second inning. That'll bring up the conductor, Jonathan Salazzo, who will be a participant in the Home Run Derby, the 4 seed in the Derby. The conductor. I'd love to see him put a great show on Sunday. I know, of course, him and I were joking before last year's Derby. We were like hoping not for a repeat of the COVID Derby that was held in Guelph when there was no baseball going on and we didn't hit any. But then, of course, that first round he lost 10-9 last year, so he hit 9 out. But I think he was just a little too gassed by that last minute after the timeout and everything else. He just needed to hit one more to tie it and 2 to take the lead. But nothing was going out. He hit the top of the fence 3 times with a minute left. So hopefully he has a little better luck this year, because I would love to see the Cardinals battle off in the final. Of course, Duncan gets to defend his title. Eduardo De Olio. Chris Ortega from the Brantford Red Sox. There's a wait between pitches to keep going through the lineup here. Salazzo takes a big hack at that one. 1-2 the count now. You've got Robert Mullen. You've got Grayson Barrett from the Welland Jackfish. You've got Nolan Macabrodia from the Barrie Bay Cats, who I think is going to be the dark horse in that one. He can mash the baseball. Well, yes, it'll be a great derby, that's for sure. Looking forward to calling that with our counterpart from Welland, Mr. Alec Murray, will be joining us in the box. And Reed Duffy and myself will have the All-Star call, and Alec will be on the field with players' interviews during the All-Star game as well. And, of course, have some guys down the left field line and sitting down and talking about baseball, having some fun. That one misses inside. Payano thought he got that one, but DeOlio couldn't pull that one across in front of Walters, and it's 2-2 the count now. One away here in the home half of the second inning. Cardinals leading this one 1-0. As Salazzo goes swinging and misses to that one, he goes down on strikes, and Payano's got his 3rd punch out of the night. And Jaden Brown, the second baseman, will be the batter now with 2 away. The deal with Payano is you definitely have to get to him early, and then you got to stay on him. The longer he goes in the ball game, the stronger he gets. He's already got 3 punch outs in the night. And when we mentioned off the top, he's only given up 8 walks so far this season, so you're not going to get on base by trying to wait him out. He's going to make you hit baseballs. Brown tries a bunt, and it's called strike by the plate umpire. Likely not on the swing, more likely on the location as he pulled the bat. Payano's offering is fouled away, and the count is 0-2 now. And we'll look at the slow motion replay of that first strike call here. So Brown pulled it back. It was hard to see here, but it looks like it definitely missed the zone, so maybe Walters just got crossed up and thought he went too far away is when he was trying to judge on the attempted bunt attempt. Payano's 0-2 offering. Called strike 3. Brown didn't like that one, but he's definitely getting the outside half here, so him and his Cardinals teammates will have to be aware that Payano is getting the outside half here and have to work here a little harder. As we're in the home half of the second inning, as go 3 up, 3 down, the Cardinals do. Thank you so much for tuning in to Cable 14. We're going to take a quick pause and take a quick look at our friends from Armstrong Birdseed.
Sometimes the littlest things can make the biggest difference. Like nature brightening your day. Bring nature to your backyard with Armstrong Bird Food. Feeding Cardinals since 1986.
And there you see a live look here as the Denningers Kids Run the Bases is going on, and my goodness, they're still flying out here in droves at what, of course, is Thursday night. It's one of the highlights of my night, seeing all these youngsters run their bases here. As Enrique Saldana will go back to workout once his catcher comes back through here, as umpires are getting rehydrated, and the little ones are making their way around the base paths, and Dad's having to hold the youngster's hand here. The last one straggling through. Actually, there's a couple more coming through, too, now. Looks like the Spanish contingents of the exchange students are coming through to run the bases, too. So one in Rome or one in Hamilton, you got to run the bases, even if they were little older kids. But they're having some fun, and now they're somebody dropped their hat or shoe or something, and now they're running around with one shoe. Never a dull moment here as the little ones are slowly trying to make their way around. Saldana works on his warm-up pitches with Hernandez. He gets some high fives and fist pumps from the catchers and the infielders as well as they're going around. But the last two making their way around the base paths here. Somebody's dressed up like they just finished dance class here. But there we go. Somebody lost a shoe, and one of the dads was nice enough to pick it up. So hopefully when they get back down the line, somebody who's missing the shoe will realize they're missing that so they don't go back to their parents shoeless here. Unless their name is Joe. I know it's a bad joke, but that's great. We'll work with it. Ricky DeLugo will lead things off for the Majors here in the the top of the third inning. Cardinals leading this 1-0 on Cable 14. I'm Neil Sherwaswa. Thank you so much for jumping in with us on your Thursday night, wherever you may be watching. A shout out to my coworker Ankut, who's watching some baseball for the first time on Cable 14. I've been talking about it all season. Well, he had nothing else to watch tonight, so I said, well, you might as well watch me. So hopefully he's not too tired of hearing me talk all day today, and now putting up with me at the ballpark as well. DeLugo will lead things off, followed by Dre Amaral, then back to the top of the order, and Toby Simmons, as that first offering is in there for a called strike, says Chris Walters on Ricky DeLugo, the designated hitter. DeLugo usually used more primarily as a pitcher, but Majors just giving some guys a night off, and of course it's a Thursday night, so it's not usually a night the Majors would play either, so probably some guys couldn't get off work. And Jeff Rose at third base will be calling the All-Star game. Rosie getting the call, which is great to hear. A favorite among the fans, and of course a favorite among the players, is just well-respected umpire in this league and a journeyman in this league. This one's chopped to the second baseman. Brown up with it. He'll throw to first to Tanner Rempel covering. 4-3 goes the put-out, one away here at the start of the third inning. Of course, his wife RJ does lots of photos. Of course, if you guys are looking for somebody to follow on Instagram, go make sure you follow up for Soar Images. That's her moniker on Instagram. She takes a lot of pictures of the various ballparks her husband Jeff is umpiring at, and she's just got a knack for catching images. And she always loves to take photos. I'm sure she's down there with a camera tonight somewhere, shooting up a storm too. That one's in there for a called strike on Amaral. So Saldana doing a great job of getting ahead of these batters tonight. Looks in for the sign from Hernandez. One offering, swung on and fouled away by Amaral. And the count quickly 0-2. We'll talk about the standings in the next half inning as well. The Cardinals have definitely surged up the standings in a hurry. That's what happens when you're on a 5-game winning streak. That one just misses outside. Hernandez didn't do a good job of framing that one. Count 1-2. Saldana gets the sign from Henriquez. This one's lined to center field. Duncan has a read on it. He'll take a couple steps in and makes the catch. Amaral retired on the F8 for the second out of the inning. Got to bring up the top of the order now. Toby Simmons, who struck out swinging to start the ball game. Simmons is 35 for 111, as you mentioned. 315 average coming into play tonight. 3 home runs, 17 RBIs. The starter in center field for the All-Star game as he takes strike one here. Saldana seems like he's much more comfortable here tonight than he was his first start. Last Friday, that one just misses outside. As you hear the mics in the dugout there, you can definitely hear Luis Bernardo and Angel Castro down there encouraging their countrymen. That one's in there for a strike, and they count 1-2 now. A lot more life on the bench here, that's for sure. A lot more energy. That's why Castro is here. He's definitely very vocal. Albeit it's not English half the time. Of course, he was the former Maple Leaf pitcher for many years. Of course, he was also with the Oakland Athletics. Did have a brief stint in the major league. So another great guy to have with a wealth of information and a wealth of experience. As that one misses low, and that run to count the full here on Simmons at 3-2 with 2 away. So down and gets in for the sign from Henriquez. 3-2 offering. Swung on and missed. It goes off the catcher. Maybe it was a foul away, I guess. Didn't think he got enough of it, but maybe just foul tipped it, and that's why it went off Henriquez instead of his glove. And we'll do it again at 3-2. Three-two offering. Popped foul to the left side once again. And Simmons stays alive here. Of course, the video you see of Simmons online, of course, you see him back home in his hometowns and everything else. He was in a home run derby that was on the ocean. That one is fouled away. And the count is 3-2 still. But yeah, it was a home run derby on the ocean. He was hitting baseballs into the water. It was quite the sight. Of course, I guess he's a good friends with Jazz Chisholm of the Yankees as well, because when he got drafted by the Marlins, Chisholm was all over it. As Simmons goes down on strikes here. Continue our thought through the half inning here. But yeah, Simmons was definitely, when he signed with the Marlins and everything else, Jazz Chisholm was all over his social media congratulating him and everything else. It was just great to see probably his fellow countryman getting an opportunity with the Marlins. Of course, it didn't work out, so that's why he's here. And of course, Roop Chandradat was very high on him in the off season when they signed him. Looking forward to what he could do. And of course, Francisco Fajardo was another one of these guys that Roop was really excited to bring into this lineup for the majors. As Victor Payano kicks out there and takes looks, as Emily continues to get the fans in the front row dancing to some Taylor Swift down here. But thank you so much for tuning in. 1-0 is the score. The Cardinals leading this one. Yoki Pena will lead things off in the home half of the third inning against Payano. Payano hit a quick 3-up, 3-down inning in the second after giving up a run in the first on a pair of hits. But yes, the Cardinals need to be patient at the plate here. They're not going to get a lot of walks here, but you got to. As we're going through the crew here we're doing a crew roll call here on Cable 14. As you see our friend Joey way out in center field. Hey Joey, hope you're having a good time out there. Hope somebody's giving you a sweater, and you're going to probably need something a little more to cover you up out there. And Joey's going to shoot Jeff now, so we're going to show Jeff now on the air here as well. As Joey's out there, now we got Jeff being shown on the screen as well. As they're dancing and grooving here through the airs, and of course, you see everybody else out there. And you see Lauren behind us here working as hard as always. She keeps me in line all the time, so she has lots of fun behind us. And of course, you got Alistair on the field cam as he's working through there, and he's bringing Yoki Pena bringing through. And I don't know how Alistair does this. He backs up no problems without missing a step here. I'd be falling and tripping over, and John will be yelling at me about breaking yet another camera. I'm glad I'm not the one doing that, but I appreciate the job Alistair does on a nightly basis for us. That one's in there for a called strike on the Eggman Pena. Oh, geez. So I may have jinxed it now. Alistair did take a tumble during the kids' run. Well, gladly he's okay. That one misses inside, and the count is 1-1 on the Eggman, Yoki Pena. Of course, he was dubbed that by the Hamilton Cardinals fan on Instagram. I just love those posts. I'm glad he hasn't done one with me, though. Kind of scared what he'd come up with. And that one's in there for a called strike, and the count 1-2 as Payano's looking to settle in here after giving up that run in the first inning. Payano toes the rubber, gets a sign from DeOlio. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed by Pena, goes down in the dirt. Olio up with it. He'll throw to first in a hurry and get the speedster down the line. K23 will be the official putout. One away now here in the third inning. And back to the top of the order, Carlos Dominguez, who led off the ball game with a single up the middle.
Right fielder number 30.
Got to second base on an error and was driven home by an RBI single by the shortstop, Brandon Nickel, the batter later. 1-0 is your score if you're just tuning in. Cardinals getting that run on the top of the first, or bottom of the first inning here on Cable 14. And Dominguez making no time here, jumps on the first offering from Payano again, and he's aboard for the second time tonight. Dominguez definitely must know something about Payano and his delivery here, because he's definitely picked up something early here and been rewarded with a back-to-back two singles here. We got Sun on camera 6 here too, so there we go. And Brandon Nichols steps to the plate, one away here. And Dominguez leads off first, and they almost had him on the pitch out. Pitch almost threw him out at second base, but the errant throw by Olio allowed Dominguez to reach safely. Payano keeping an eye on him this time. Nickel takes a strike one on the inner half here. Count 0-1. Throw over. Dominguez back safely. Nichols batting .316 on the season, 5 home runs, 14 RBIs. 31 for 99 on the 32 for 99 on the season. Not bad for a rookie whatsoever. Of course, Eric Spearman was very high on this young man when he was bringing him in the offseason. Set some collegiate records down in schools. This one hit down the line, right field by Nickel. That's going to be in the corner, but just foul. Just foul. Hooked a little too much down the right field line and went foul. Or that would have been easily allowed Dominguez to score from first. Nickel would probably have a triple with his speed. Of course, we got some inside information. Brad Verhoeven's got a new baseball bat tonight. Thanks to Braden Farrington for tipping us off of that. Of course, he probably sold the bat at London Source for Sports. Definitely have to, next time I got some time in London, to definitely go take a look at that store. Got a batting cage in the middle of the store. As Dominguez steals out one easily, now is in scoring position for Nickel once again with a 1-2 count. That one's the stolen base. A no-deader. They got a batting cage in the middle of their store. It's amazing. Talk about getting a product demo right there on the store. Probably got some samples you can hit with. Plus, you got Braden Farrington. If he wants to throw you batting practice, you can. Time called by Nickel here. And no, I'm not paid by London Source for Sports to say that either, just so you know. That one misses upstairs, and the count now 2-2. Two offering, misses upstairs. Not going to run the count to full as Payano just looked like he lost his grip on that baseball. Fills in his holes a little bit and goes back to the mound here. Definitely towing the inside part of the rubber against Nickel here. Three-two offering. Dominguez goes. Strike three, swing and miss on that one, but Dominguez will get the stolen base. But the Cardinals now have got two away here. Nichols strikes out on that offering. And that'll bring up Tyler Duncan. Rocky Mountain Thunder will bat now with a runner at third base and 2 away now. Cardinals are trying to increase their lead here, leading 1-0. Here in the third inning. Duncan's up his average, like we mentioned, up to 340 on the season, up the home run totals to 6, among the league leaders. Of course, Robert Mullen of the Welland Jackfish leads the entire league with 10. Looking forward to him putting on a show at the Derby as well against Duncan. As Duncan swings and misses our offering from Payano for strike 1. Out-of-town scoreboard, Chatham-Kent has increased their lead to 3-0. That one's actually now 4-0, correction. They scored 3 runs in the second inning. Duncan hits this one foul. Barnstormers were off to such a hot start. They're 15-9. Look at the standings quickly between pitches here as well. Welland is 22-6. London's 17-10 in second place. Barry's now in third, 16-10. Chatham-Kent 15-12. Your Hamilton Cardinals are 14-12. Toronto is at 12-15 as Duncan takes strike 3 again here. As Payano is dealing, and he's just walking off the mound with that quiet swagger here. As we'll take a quick break here on Cable 14, and we'll see you in a few minutes. And you see the batter's box once again. It's just look, the lines were a little thick, and as Fajardo fouls that one off and quickly behind the count 0-2. But yeah, the lines look a little thick tonight, so I'm not sure if it was a new guy on the plate doing the lines or just maybe they changed the limer. Who knows? But yeah, the lines look a lot thicker tonight. This one's chopped foul, and Hernandez will let that one go behind him and the umpire. And the count will remain 0-2. We're here in the top of the fourth inning. Cardinals with an early lead, 1-0 in the first, off Payano. But the bats have been quiet ever since for both sides. Saldana hoping that trend continues. As he works with an 0-2 count on Fajardo. He lines this one over the head of Trammell Rempel down the right field line. And I guess the hole definitely made a difference as Fajardo comes through with a leadoff single here to start the fourth inning. Maybe Francisco was on to something there in the batter's box. But that'll bring up Eduardo de Olio, the catcher now, who struck out swinging. Of course, I believe he is the beer batter of the day, so he gave everybody a discounted beverage in the first inning. Quickly made some new friends here in Birdland. So down has a quick look over at first. Gets De Olio to swing and miss at that offering, heading the count 0-1. Soldano's done a great job tonight of getting ahead of these hitters, making them swing early here. When he's been successful in the past in this league, that's definitely what he's been working with. Throw over the first. Fajardo dives back in safely. Rempel doesn't even try applying the tag as he's in back in safely. First disengagement of the at-bat now. Charge to Saldana. Saldana gets the sign from Enriquez. Misses inside for the ball. Count 1-1 now. On De Olio. Brad Verhoeven waiting on deck, followed by Josh Niles. Should the inning continue? Nobody away, so that's definitely the case here so far. De Olio goes, and they got Fajardo out by a mile there now. Wasn't even close. Don't run on Enriquez. Whatever you do. I think De Olio just definitely looked back impressive there. Now there's one away here. And 2 strikes on De Olio. Caught stealing Fajardo is. And De Olio now on the ropes here with 1 away. Fouled off. DeOlio stays alive at 1-2. One-two offering. Chopped foul again. DeOlio doing his best to stay alive here. There we go. You see the man himself, who the man we're honoring tonight is Mr. 56, Mr. Fernando Rodney, the tilted hat. As DeOlio goes down on strikes, and our friends who are beer consumers are definitely going to have another strikeout here, as Saldana is dealing tonight. And Brad Verhoeven will be the batter now with 2 away. Verhoeven struck out in the second inning. But yes, we all got tilted hats as we came through the inning. In honor of Mr. Fernando Rodney, this one will definitely go on the wall at home, in the home broadcast studio. Doesn't quite fit my head. I got a big head, so it don't fit my head. But I'm sure one of the kids will probably hoodwink it very soon, so they take it home anyways. I think her name is Sam, and she'll steal my hats, like she always does. Because that one's in there for a called strike by Saldana. I'm sure she's listening at home. She's getting ready for bed, I'm sure, because she's got camp tomorrow. So, night, Sam. We'll hopefully see you on Sunday. We'll try to bring you down here to have some fun with all Dad's friends. One offering. Swung on and missed by Verhoeven. 1-2 now they count, as Saldana is definitely working at his pace. 41 strikes to 14 balls so far in the contest for Saldana. He is dealing. This one's popped on the other end of the bat for Verhoeven. This is going to be a tough play, and it's going to be Dominguez with the catch. Holy cow! Carlos Dominguez, take a bow. Wow. Well, we're all awake now here in the crowd, that's for sure, as Dominguez just robs a hit off Verhoeven. And Fernando Rodney is now the main plays here, and everybody else is talking about him down the lines here, but that ends the fourth inning here. The Cardinals still leading this 1-0. Just a great play by off the bat of Verhoeven, and Dominguez goes flat out to make a catch. Much like he did last Thursday, they preserved a no-hitter in the 9th inning. Of course, that catch in the 9th inning was the last out, and talking to Owen Boone just after that ball game, he was like, okay, he thought it was going to end that way, but, somehow Carlos Dominguez was able to come up with that baseball and preserve the no-hitter in Mr. Boone's spot in history. Of course, you missed it on Friday night's broadcast. The hat, the jersey, and the baseball are on its way to St. Mary's, to Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame. And I'm sure there is something going as well to the Hamilton Sports Hall of Fame as well. So if they haven't got anything, we do have the scorecards from the broadcasters. So if anybody wants those, let me know, and I'll reach out to the broadcasters. They're more than willing to give those up too, because they were really honored to be part of that history. Mark Perry and Ian Chisholm were the guys that got to call that ball game. But yes, they were more than willing to sacrifice their lineup cards if you need them. As Jomar Hernandez will lead things off here at the bottom of the fourth inning for the Cardinals. They're leading this one 1-0. They got the run in the first inning, as Victor Payano has definitely settled in since then. He's only allowed 3 hits in the contest, 2 of them to Carlos Dominguez, 1 to Brandon Nickel. That's the difference in the ballgame.
Stepping up to the plate, catcher number 61, Yammer Hernandez.
Yammer Hernandez, of course, was in the Frontier League not so long ago before being released over the weekend, before last weekend. When he became available, the Cardinals did not hesitate. They signed him almost immediately. And so far, the results have spoke for themselves. Caught a no-hitter, caught a shutout, caught a 12-1 victory, and, of course, caught in Sunday's win as well. Then at the plate, he's got 3 home runs and 10 RBIs. So, yeah, he's been quite the welcome addition to this Cardinals lineup so far. As Payano looks in for the sign and gets set once again from DeOlio. Ahead in the count at 0-1. on Hernandez. A one offering. Misses outside for a ball. That one was definitely in the other batter's box. They got him last time on one that was similar in that zone. But he lined up to the second baseman, Drew Amaral, his first time up. Or Dre Amaral, sorry. That one's in there for a called strike. Hernandez now will work with a 1-2 count against him. Just 5 hits in the contest. Majors have got 2. Cardinals 3. Pino steps and offers. 1-2 offering. Popped foul down the right field line out of play. And we'll do it again at 1-2. Bottom of the third inning in Barrie, the Baycats leading the Guelph Royals 1-0. On Pack the Park night up in Barrie. As Hernandez swings and misses that offering. Piano's got an inner punch out. And there's one away here to start the 4th inning for Josh Williams, now the designated hitter who struck out his first time up. Williams followed by Tanner Rempel in this inning. Piano's got a big smile on his face, so definitely dialed in here and having some fun. Not sure who he's yelling at. He's yelling at Bernardo at third base. That's what's going on. I was trying to figure out why he was laughing out there. Trying to figure who he's laughing with, but now it makes sense. It's Bernardo at third base in the third base coach's box. That one's hit down the line, but foul. Bernardo trying to lobby for that one. Jeff Rose pointing as a no. That was foul. That was foul. I'm standing on this side of the line, Louise. But good try. Now these guys just have a lot of fun together out there. It was a good try. If Rosie was on the other side of it, might have got the call, but no, he was standing on this side. So as Williams hits the chopper, Amaral up with this one. He'll throw to first in time. Verhoeven will step on the bag. 4-3 goes your put out, 2 away. And Tanner Rempel, who grounded out 5-3 to end the last time up, will be the batter now with 2 away. And just off to the left of the Cardinals dugout, you see Jeff Rose's better half, the camera lady, just behind Jonathan Salazzo, getting a good shot at Tanner Rempel. Can't see her on the camera here, but definitely she's just off to the right, behind the dugout, just in front of Salazzo, or behind Salazzo there. That's RJ. She does lots of pictures in the league, and of course, anywhere they go, she takes lots of photos. She just loves doing it. She's got some great shots over the years. My daughter, myself up here, and other things. As this one's hit by Rempel into the gap, and that's going to be trouble. Off, it's caught and on the run here, and Rempel is retired. A great job by Simmons and company in center field to retire Rempel. Yeah, that's definitely a new do here. I'm not sure what he was thinking with it, but it's definitely different here. That's definitely going blonde. As we'll take a quick break, and we're going to go down to field level to see our good friend Emily Thompson. Emily Thompson will take you through the 4th inning here. She's got yet another game going on here on Cable 14.
Hello to all the fans watching on Cable 14. We're so happy you're here to support the Cardinals. It is such a special night tonight. We are honoring Fernando Rodney. We have so much going on. We have these one-of-a-kind hats. How awesome is that? I am here with my 2 pals. We are getting ready to race off, and one of them has to grab the hat first and run back to me. You guys are going to be the winner. All right, let's do a bump. Let's start. Boom. All right, boys, in place. Here we go. On our marks. Get set. Go through the obstacle course. Let's go. Come on, make some noise. Oh, here we go. Keep on running. Keep on running. Here we go. We got a winner face the camera. He's the winner. Hey, you get in here too. We're all winners here at the Cardinals game. We can't wait to see you. Hey, All-Stars this Sunday. You don't want to miss it. Right here at Fernie Arbor and Cable 14.
Thanks so much, Emily. As always, she always brings the energy, and she's like the walking, talking Energizer Bunny. She just keeps going and going, and some days we just need to get her to come up here and charge up the batteries for Reed and I to get us through some of these ball games. But up to the top of the fifth inning we go here on Cable 14. 1-0 your Cardinals leading the London Majors, and Ricky Saldana going back out on the hill to be facing Josh Niles, Champ Gardner, and Ken Sugi in this inning. Cardinals striking for an early run in the top of the bottom of the first inning, and that is the only scoring so far in this contest. And what's been an absolute pitcher's duel to this point. No hitters or anything like that, but it's been a pitcher's duel. Saldana gets offering here. First one in there for a called strike on Niles. Niles grounded out to the shortstop his last time up. 0 for 1 in the contest. I guess we got a shout out to Misty Niles, his mom out there watching at home, I'm sure. I mean, she may actually be here. We'll see. But always great to see her on the social medias as well. She definitely chats up a lot with Mr. Niles at the plate and brings up all his highlights too. So it's great to see those things. Of course, when he was down at Canisius College, that was how I kept tabs on him. Now working with a 1-2 count from Saldana. Of course, former Cardinal Brett Lawson is in attendance tonight as well. Brought the whole family out. Came up to say hi before the game. Tried to get him up on the mic, but he's just like, doesn't really like talking on those things. But he's enjoying the game with his family. I'm sure he'll be at the All-Star game as well. That one misses low, and the count now full on Niles at 3-2. Saldana gets the sign from Henriquez. 3-2 offering. Chopped, fouled off to the left side by Niles. He stays alive. And we'll do it again at 3-2. Swung and a miss. Niles goes down swinging, and another punch out for Saldana. And that baseball spike is getting definitely full here. Is that the pizzas are ringing up on that stick? That's for sure. Thanks again, another strikeout, and another donation by our friends at Little Caesars. He definitely left the box before the strike was called, though. So Chris Walters had no option but to call him out. Thought it was ball 4. It's like, no, son, back it up. You're going out down strike 3 now. So you're going back to the bench. As Champ Gardner hits again, another one single. That's the second hit of the night here. Definitely, he's figured out something with Saldana, or just been jumping on that first offering both times. The third hit of the ball game for the Majors here in the fifth inning. Ken Sugi now the batter. Grounded out 5-3 his last time up. Saldana would love a ground ball double play to get out of this inning. 1-0 is the Cardinals' lead over the Majors. The Majors got a base runner on board. Throw over Gardner back safely. Saldana almost picked them off. The first disengagement of the bat now on Sugi. Runner going, and Henriquez has got this guy out by a mile now. Jeez. This guy is fun to watch behind the plate. Wow. Not much you could do on that one, but Champ Gardner was out by a lot. That's for sure, and he knew he was, so he tried to go back, pedaling back to first, but Nickel did a great job of chasing them down, and they got them in their rundown. We'll wait for Nate's official scoring on that one, because I lost track of how many guys were throwing the baseball around here. But yes, I think it was a 2-6, 3, 4, 3 or 4 or 6 or something. I'm not sure who was at first base when they applied the tag here. So we'll wait for Nate's official ruling on that one. But one away now. Or sorry, 2 away now. As Sugi down works. Nate's a little behind on the scoreboard because he's probably trying to figure out how to put that caught stealing in. Three 3-0 is the count now on Sugi, though. So Dana just hasn't found the strike zone in this bat. 3-0 offering. It's in there for a call strike. 3-1 now the batter. There we go. 2 away on the scoreboard now. And a 3-1 count for Saldana on Ken Sugi. Grounder. Saldana with the great rob. He'll step and flip it over to first. 1-3 goes your put out, and that'll end the inning. The Majors rally gets erased here. And the Cardinals will bat, leading this one 1-0 in the home half of the 5th inning. Take another quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard. As we mentioned a couple minutes ago, Barrie Baycats up 1-0 on the Guelph Royals. That one's now in the top, 2-0 now in the top of the 4th inning. Up the road in Kitchener, the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers up to a 5-3 lead on the Panthers. As that one's definitely come up with a little more scoring as we come back up to the Bird's Nest. I'm Neil Sherwood. Thank you so much for watching on Cable 14. Great to have you along with us on your Thursday night. Thanks for hanging out. 5-3 is the score. We mentioned Chatham-Kent over Kitchener. They had a 5-0 lead at one point before the Panthers have rallied back with 3 runs, including 2 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Lead that one now 5-3. Barnstormers been struggling. Of course, we'll go back to the standings. The Kitchener Panthers snapped their lengthy losing streak last night, now up to 10-9 on the season as they hold on to the 8th and final playoff spot here. But yes, a lot of baseball still left to be played. Of course, the All-Star game going on Sunday as Payano continues his warm-ups and everybody's doing some dancing and cheering in front of us here. So we get distracted by all the pom-poms there. But yes, Saldana works. Saldana was brilliant so far. Payano's been equally as brilliant, but did give up a run in the 1st inning. That is the difference in the ballgame. 1-0 is your score as they had the home half of the. When I flip my scoreboard scorebook over properly, Salazzo, Jaden Brown, and Yoki Pena do up, or 7, 8, 9 in the Cardinals order. Payano finishes with warm-up pitches, and we'll get back underway as the conductor will come to the plate now.
Seven up to the plate, third baseman number 17.
We shall see.
Salazzo.
Salazzo struck out swinging his first time up against Payano. It's the second time that the Cardinals have faced Payano this season. Of course, he got a no decision on Father's Day. Cardinals losing that one in extra innings down in London. After taking the lead in the top of the 10th inning. He lost in the 11th. Salazzo jumps on the first offering and is fielded by Verhoeven. He'll step on the bag himself. 3 on his sister. Salazzo is retired for the first out of the 5th inning. Jaden Brown at second base will be the batter now. He struck out swinging as well in that 2nd inning. As Payano started to really start retiring guys in order here. Now he's retired the last 6 in a row. 4 by strikeout, 2 by groundouts. That's your typical Victor Payano kind of night. Hits aren't plentiful, but you got to make the most of them. As Brown takes strike 1 at the knees on the inner half. Brown went down looking on what he thought was a pitch outside the first time up. That one's in there for a called strike. Brown quickly behind the count, 0-2 now. Of course, the winner of the home run derby has got quite the prize, especially if you love chicken wings like I do. Our friends at Wings Up Canada are giving the home run derby winner free wings for a year. That's a lot of chicken wings. And you might have a new best friend up here in the press box. Just saying. As that one misses inside, Brown was able to hold back on that one. 1-2 the count now. Chicken wings sound great right about now. We'll have to get them to bring some up on Sunday. Sorry, can't talk. Got to eat chicken wings. Well, we got time after the Derby, before the All-Star game, so maybe they'll be nice and send us up a couple of platters or something. Swung on and missed. Brown goes down swinging, and there's 2 away now. His second strikeout of the night. Payano's definitely racking up those strikeouts again. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strikeouts so far on the contest. We're in the 5th inning. Victor Payano is dealing. His last start before the All-Star game, and he's making it count. Of course, he'll be the starter for the South team, and of course, Owen Boone will start for the North. Of course, those 2 gentlemen were the top vote getters in the All-Star balloting as well. Thanks again to all the fans who did vote. So Yoki Penny hits a jumper off the ground. Verhoeven's going to have to throw to Payano, covering in time, and that's going to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. The Cardinals go as Payano gets the tag applied to him by Payano. Of course, lovingly down the line, and they have some fun. But back to the booth we go here in the home half of the 5th inning. Thank you so much for tuning in to us, and wherever you may be watching tonight. Of course, we're on Cable 14. You also can watch us on the internet on cable14now.com, and that's where you can find the All-Star game this weekend too. So wherever you guys are, come hang out with us. If you can't make it down to the ballpark, come hang out on Cable 14 and enjoy the All-Star festivities. The best of the best All-Stars in the league will be playing here on Sunday night. Well, thank you so much for tuning in as we got everything else going on. Once again, down there, we got the tire race going on off to our left here. Always something to do. And now we're taking a quick pause here on the action on Cable 14.
These days at your local Legion, we're marching to the beat of a different drum. On a mission to support veterans, to have fun, and to welcome everyone to our ranks. You don't have to be a veteran to join the Legion. And as a member, you'll join thousands of others serving our veterans, our communities, and our country. Oh yeah, and our Member Perks program will save you thousands on shopping, dining, products, and services across the country. Join us at legion.ca.
The 6th inning here on Thursday Night Baseball. Neil Sriwastava, thank you so much for tuning on Cable 14. Your Hamilton Cardinals leading the London Majors 1-0 in what's been going as an absolute pitcher's duel to this point. Payano and Enrique Saldano definitely embroiled in a great one here tonight. Not a lot of base hitters, not a lot of base runners, but a lot of strikeouts so far. As that one's fouled away by Ricky DeLugo. Doesn't hit tonight. As the Majors have a little bit of a short bench tonight. Of course, being a Thursday night, not a night they usually play here, so not everybody was able to book off work, I'm sure. It's used to booking off Fridays. That one's in there for a called strike. Saldana ahead of the count, 0-2 here. Grounder hit the third base. Salazzo up with it, jumps across and throws in time. The conductor gets the punch out. 5-3 goes the put out. DeLugo's retired to start the 6th inning. Trey Amaral now the batter. He flew out to center field his last time up. 0 for 1 in the contest. Looks like we have the director of all directors coming up here to jump in with the box baseball game. So I'm very honored, sir. I know you do. It's my favorite as well. Well, thank you. This one's grounded to Nickel. He'll make up the throw across the diamond. Rempel with the scoop and the throw. He gets the punch out. 6-3 goes your put out. Put a star beside that one as the Tanner the Magician once again pulls one out of the air. That he did. That was just an outstanding play, and Dre Amaral can't believe it, but he's going back to the dugout empty-handed there. You can see the grin on his face, and he busted down the line, but now going away empty-handed. And now back to the top of the order, and Toby Simmons is 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. That one misses inside for a ball. Jono's going to work here on something with our monitor up here. The count is one ball, no strikes, 2 away here on Toby Simmons, who's got a pair of strikeouts to his name tonight on the ledger. That one misses outside for a ball.
How about now? I did.
3-0 is the count now. On Simmons.
Little technology change there. Just flip the headset around.
Yeah, that's the one you have to flip. We're gonna have to put that little red mark or something.
We have replaced this one.
I know.
We've actually bought a new one that will get hooked up very soon.
Oh, I know. We hit that one the one night, and I was just like, I could barely hear you out of the one ear for the whole time, and it was just like, okay, I don't know if that's on purpose or anything else. And I flipped the headset around completely, and it was like, oh, that one worked. As Simmons draws the 2-out walk here.
Let's talk about the All-Star game, Home Run Derby.
Yeah.
You'll be there for the Home Run Derby?
I'll be there for the Home Run Derby.
Outstanding. Can't wait for that. That's going to be a fantastic thing on Cable 14. Actually, Cable 14, cable14.com.
Yep.
And one of our local Hamilton partners, CH, as well. So we're just across the country.
Across the country. That's got me kind of scared, but, we're going to have to shout out to the various parts of the country as home runs go over the fence.
So don't mess up, Neil.
I'll try not to, because I'm sure my geography teacher, Mr. Dagg, will probably come back out of nowhere and, didn't I teach you anything? Come on.
Well, the good news is that I won't be on camera. I won't be here.
You won't be here?
No.
You'll be downstairs directing the show?
No. Travis is doing that.
Jones?
I'm going to be walking around eating.
Walking around eating? Okay.
I want to, again, call out to all the fans who watch. The food here, what Eric's done is fantastic.
Oh, I know.
It's great food. I'm not going to be here for their anything and then go downstairs and eat some food.
Well, I want to hear from my friends. You got to try the poutine. I haven't tried the poutine because I'm always worried because we're on the broadcast. I don't want to eat it during the game. I can't eat it before the game because we'll just sit there and be like wrong. But
well, I don't need poutine.
No. Somebody's got an exploding beer can down there. They're covered in lager shed. It's bunt attempt by Fajardo. And now the count is 0-2. Was that our friend in the bee costume down there making that comment?
That was great.
But John just got busted by one of the fans here. How do you miss the bunt?
How do you miss a bunt?
It's very easy. People do it all the time. That was the only thing I was good at as a baseball player, was bunting.
It's a great show. I'm watching the monitor. It's a great show. He wants to go. He wanted to go. You can see that.
Oh. That's a strikeout anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, good, true.
Fajardo goes down on strikes. Doesn't matter about the stolen base because that don't count. Simmons doesn't get the stolen base. Actually.
So how many strikeouts does he have now? Oh, wait. Hold on. The umpires. Wait. Umpire's bringing him back. Hold on a second here.
That's 3 outs now.
Something's something's up here because they
called a balk.
Oh my God! Was it a balk? Because you replay for that one. If you have a shot of the pitcher, what's the call? I don't know. Thank you. I'm looking to see now. It must have been a balk.
Must have been a balk because that's the only reason why he's back at the batter's box, and that's why he's at second base.
Yeah, the pitcher's walking around. Accident. No.
I'm gonna hopefully get the crutch of that strikeout back in, or my book's gonna look really messy.
We'll need a replay of that one. The pitcher. Didn't see the balk. Did you?
I didn't see it because I was looking more at the runner going down the base paths here. But I figured it was a strike 3 call. But yeah, you definitely went around on it. But it doesn't matter because the box called first, and that's what counts.
Dead ball, the runner advances.
Yep. Doesn't matter what happens unless he hits the baseball.
Right, of course. He's off again.
Whoops.
That's a run. He's coming in close ball plate.
Tough play at the plate. Lazo thought he had it down there, but the ball bounced a little bit, and Hernandez had to catch that one off to the side.
Cable 14 replay on that one. See a replay how close that was. Wow.
Very close at home. Fortunately, we don't see it up here, but I'm sure you guys saw it at home. Not sure what's up with that tonight.
You've seen replays, aren't you?
Yeah, but just not tonight. For some reason, this is not bringing up what it usually brings up.
You just see all the replays we're showing you? You're not seeing the replays of
Not tonight. We usually see them, but tonight
Oh
for some
my
reason.
God! So I'm talking the truck real time now. You're not seeing the replays on this monitor.
Not tonight.
This is not the game. This is not the game feed.
No, this is some
No,
other.
it's not the game feed. So
No.
all right, I'm going to get off the headset, go to the truck, and talk to them because this is not the game feed.
No, this is not the game feed. So I've been going through my head here and going, okay, yeah. Thought I was losing my mind tonight. Jono has left the box. He'll be back. As Fajardo gets aboard here, and it's a 1-1 ball game. What a difference a half an inning makes now. Fajardo reaches, and it's a 1-1 ball game here in the 6th inning. And we got a mound visit. Angel Castro is going to come out here and have a conversation with his pitcher. Probably just to calm him down and say, hey, take a big breath, big guy. You've done a great job so far here in the 6th inning. Get us a ground ball and get out of this. And, of course, you want to have that conversation with Eduardo D'Olio coming to the plate here. Just focus up on what's been working for you so far against this guy. And just stick with it. And if Fajardo decides to take off for second base, don't worry, Henriquez will throw him out. Show him the door like he did last time. But now the Majors have got 4 hits in the contest. The Cardinals have 3. Both teams now have a run. And congratulations to former London Major Taylor White, who just re-signed with the Ottawa Titans as well. Thanks to Matt in London for that little heads up. As the fans are definitely on. They're definitely joining the Eduardo D'Olio strikeout club tonight. That's for sure. Yeah, some wires got crossed with the monitor up here. I'm not sure what's going on tonight, but usually I see the lineups. I usually see everything else. And not tonight. Tonight I'm seeing something else. I'm not sure what feed we're seeing. It's the same game. It's just not the same feed where you guys are seeing at home. I should have noticed that when the lineups didn't pop up. We were flying blind. Count now 1-1 on D'Olio, who's got a pair of strikeouts to his name, so the gentleman down there with, are cheering for when we were on beer might just have to take it easy here. They already got cheap beer 2 times so far. D'Olio hits a puncture right at nickel. He'll flip the second and get the easy one here, and that'll end the inning. But the damage is done. The Majors rally to tie the ball game here at 1 apiece here in the home half as we head to the home half of the 6th inning. And we're going to take a quick pause and send a quick shout-out to our friends at Rawlings Canada.
Now let's check back in with our good friend, Emily.
Hello, Silver Sands. I am back for you. And
My first professional glove, that's the one I remember the most. When I was coming up, even though it wasn't that long ago, having your name on a glove was a big deal.
And we're back here at Burning Arbor Stadium. Bottom of the 6th inning, a 1-1 tie. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. I'm Neil Shrivastava. As Jonathan Friedman is working quickly on what's going on with the feed here up on the press box. The Piano back out for the 6th inning of work in a 1-1 tie. Him and Enrique Saldana have been locked in this pitcher's duel. Neither guy wanted to blink so far on this contest. Cardinals got their run in the 1st inning. Majors struck back in the top of the 6th inning with theirs, courtesy of the walk to Simmons, the stolen base. The block, then the stolen base to 3rd, and the overthrow home, and was just not in time to get the runner up at the plate. Despite much to the chagrin of the Cardinals faithful there. Carlos Dominguez will lead things off in the home half of the 6th inning. We're back to the top of the order for the Cardinals here. Dominguez with a pair of singles so far, a run scored.
Stepping up to the plate, right fielder, number 30, Carlos.
Dominguez came around to score. He reached second on an error. came home on the RBI single. Now he comes to the plate looking for potentially his third hit of the contest. He does just that. It's a base hit down the left field line. Into the corner it goes. Left fielder up with it, but Dominguez is on his horse, and he's in there easily with a stand-up double to lead off the 6th inning. Carlos Dominguez has definitely got Victor Payano's number tonight, and he's got it on speed dial.
7 up to the plate, shortstop.
That'll bring up Brandon Nickel, the shortstop, who's got the lone RBI in the contest on the single in the 1st inning for the Cardinals. And a strikeout that was beside his name, as Payano's definitely punched out a lot of guys tonight. 9 strikeouts in the contest for Payano. I believe his season high is 13. I'm sure Matt will correct me if that's wrong. Matt's, of course, watching in London, probably watching with his youngster. And congratulations to Rawlings Canada, our contact, Jason Shipley. As a great bunt by Nichols is going to move Dominguez to third, and they're going to have no play at first, and Nichols has got himself an infield single on that bunt. Runners now in the corners, nobody away for Tyler Duncan.
Stepping up to the plate, center fielder number 5, Tyler Duncan.
Infield coming in here to have a conversation with Payano. Nobody loose down in the bullpen yet, as this is not one of those conversations. This is more of, okay, what are we doing on this play? The ball's hit at you, you're coming home with it, or you're giving up the run and you're going for the double play here. I think that's what the discussion is. It was a quick discussion, so maybe it's just a reminder of defensive positioning here. Not expecting Duncan to bunt in this situation, but he did lay one down Sunday, which I think caught the Red Sox off guard. Duncan, of course, is 0 for 2 here against Payano, a pair of strikeouts. Steps into the box now. That one's in there for a called strike on Duncan. And Payano had the count 0-1. Nobody away here in the top of the 6th, or bottom of the 6th inning, in a 1-1 tie. Duncan with a big swing and a miss on that one. And the count quickly 0-2. There is some jostling down in the Cardinals bullpen. Doesn't look like anybody's getting loose, though. They're just congregating down there. Somebody is on the mound, but not throwing yet. Looks like they're working with it, doing a little band work. But there's a catcher down there getting ready to get loose down there. But a great job by both pitchers so far in this contest. Duncan gets a piece of that one to stay alive at 0-2. Thanks to Matt and the London Majors for clipping out that clip from last half inning. Now available on the Intercounty website. Duncan gets a hold of one deep to center field. Center fielder backpedaling. He'll camp underneath this one. Actually, he won't. He'll drop in front of him. Everybody is safe. A run comes home, and the ball is thrown around the infield a little bit, and Duncan goes to second base. 2-1 Cardinals here in the 6th. I guess Toby Simmons overran that baseball. Thought it was a lot further back than it was, and it just died. Dropped in front of him. Duncan gets the RBI double. Dominguez comes home to score. Nickel goes to third. Still nobody away in the 6th inning. As Yammer Hernandez now the batter. The catcher is 0 for 2. A line out to the second baseman and a strikeout his last time up. misses outside for a ball. Majors infield is in. Their play is to the plate. Nobody away in this contest. In this inning, anyways. 1 run home for the Cardinals in the inning so far. Looking to get more. With Hernandez at the plate. That one's in there for a called strike, count 1-1. Hernandez looks in for the sign, or waits patiently for Payano to get a sign from DeOlio here. 1-1 offering. Misses upstairs for a ball. Hernandez watched that one all the way into the glove of DeOlio. Majors rallied to tie it in the top of the 6th inning, where the Cardinals answered back with one here in the home half. Hernandez hits this one to right field, not that deep. Right fielder is going back. It's going to be over his head. It's going to drop in. 2 runs will score. Hernandez on his second. It's 4-1 for the Cardinals. A 2-run RBI double for Yammer Hernandez. And that's free appetizers from our friends at Jack Astor's for all the Cardinals fans in attendance here. Pair RBIs for Yammer Hernandez, who's just been absolutely stellar since arriving here on the scene for the Cardinals. And Matt has definitely corrected me. 10 strikeouts is the record this year for Mr. Payano. He's got 9 so far in this contest. June 15th versus Hamilton and 14 in his career. His career high is 14. August 23rd versus Hamilton, both for wins. So he's definitely had the Cardinals number. This one's chopped by Williams up the middle. Hernandez will get on his horse. Simmons up with the baseball. Runners at the corners now. Still nobody away here in the Cardinals' 6th inning. Thanks again, Matt, for supplying those stats during there. Who else would know better than, the London media, the sports media guru? Checks in the mail, sir. Actually, I'll just bring it tomorrow. I'll just bring it tomorrow. With many thanks. I think Payano wants to appeal something here. He's looking around behind him here. Oh, he's asking for a new baseball. And we got a pinch runner at first. Nick Veloci will take over for Josh Williams, who's singled there. Another great job by Williams here. Keep the bats moving. Keep the chains moving. 4-1 is your score now. As this one's crushed by Rempel to center field. And it's going to be caught. Runners will tag. Rempel will get the sacrifice fly RBI. It's 5-1 for the Cardinals as Tanner Rempel almost put a liner out there into right field, but it got caught at the last minute by Sugi in right field. A long sacrifice fly, F9. Velucci has to stay at first base, but Hernandez tags and scores. It's now 5-1, and the conductor, Jonathan Salaz, will come to bat now. 0 for 2 against Payano tonight. Yes, Payano had 10 punch-outs on Father's Day against these Cardinals. I remember we had a lot of them. I couldn't remember what the number was. As the conductor takes strike one. Just one away here in the Cardinals' 6th inning. They've scored 4 times so far. Looking to hopefully chase Payano from this ball game, but there's no activity down in that bullpen yet. There's 2 guys getting loose down there, throwing balls against the fence, but Salazzo swings and misses that offering. Runner's going to go up the middle as Velucci steals second base. The fans are having some great times down there. Maybe a few of them had a little too many lager sheds. And now Salazzo works with an 0-2 count here with one away. Now a runner in scoring position for him, though. And we have somebody getting checked on. Looks like Francisco Fajardo is going to get some attention from the trainers, and Rube Chatterdat coming out as well. Not sure if he got spiked or just pulled something trying to go over to cover that baseball. Let's take a quick look here at the play in question. He rolled his ankle by the sounds of it, so yeah, that's not very nice out there. And Francisco Fajardo, definitely a key cog in this wheel for the London Majors. Looks like he wants to stay into this game. He's trying his best to get convinced Roop to let him stay in. And the trainer out there. Looks like he's going to try to walk it off a little bit. But that's got to hurt.
Hey there, fans.
He's going to stay in there. Francisco is going to stay in. He's a gamer, but he's still walking off. You can definitely see he's noticeably walking with a little bit of a limp here, too. So we'll have to remain to see what happens in the next half inning. He might come out after this half inning. We'll see. As the count is 0-2 on Salazzo with one away now. Cardinals scoring 4 times in this inning, make it 5-1. That one misses outside for a ball. 1-2 the count now on the conductor. Of course, this is game 1 of the home-and-home series with these London Majors. Game 2 tomorrow night on London Majors TV on YouTube. That's a 7:35 start. Not sure if it's being picked up by Cable 14 locally or not, but if it is, definitely tune in. 2-2 the count on Salazzo now. One away. This one's fouled away by Salazzo. He stays alive at 2-2. Piano, it's 2-2 offering. Just misses low and outside for ball. Runs the count to full here on Salazzo. .56 strikes to 18 balls for Piano in the contest so far. Through 5 1/3. .32 offering. Swung on and missed by Salazzo. Into the glove it goes. Piano's got another punch out, 2 away. His 9th of the night, unless my math's off. So 1 off his season high. As Jaden Brown will be the batter, who's got a pair of strikeouts beside his name. Let me redo the math here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it does have 10 strikeouts. My apologies. Math's hard tonight, apparently. That one's fouled away here, as Brown works with an 0-2 count in his favor against him now. 2 away in the Cardinals' 6th inning, which has been very fruitful to this point. 4 runs across and retake the lead at 5-1. So tomorrow night's podcast will be by our dear friend Mr. Dylan Baker, and Owen Taylor joining him on the call too, over on Majors TV. Not sure if it's on Cable 14 or not, but if it's not, make sure you go to the YouTube and go watch Majors TV. It is not, as it's been told that correctly. It's not on Cable 14 tomorrow night, so go to Majors TV on YouTube and watch it there. And like I said off the top, if you happen to hear somebody that's with a familiar voice on the PA system, that would be me. One of our 2 rare appearances down in London this year. And thanks to Scott and Roop and Matt and everybody else for inviting us down a couple times a year to just have some fun at the oldest ballpark that's been in operation for a very, very long time. A lot of fun when we go down there. That one misses inside. Brown has a 1-2 count on him now. Bellucci leads off at second base. The pinch runner for Josh Williams. One-two offering. Misses outside for a ball. Now I get to skip out of work early tomorrow afternoon and go down the road to London. Looking forward to that. It's going to feel weird only have to do one job. Swung on and missed. Brown goes down, and that's 11 punch-outs on the night, a new season high for Victor Payano. Payano just threw the baseball at Bernardo across the diamond. Of course, that was just by a joke and everything else, but still. I'm not sure what Poppy said to him down at third base, but Payano gets back off the mound here. A little disappointed in himself, but we're up to the top of the 7th inning. The Cardinals leading this one 5-1. We'll thank you so much to our friends at Little Caesars for taking care of our crew. Little Caesars, of course, takes care of our crew. Make sure you check them out in Hamilton, 2 locations. Unfortunately, I don't have the address in front of me here tonight because the monitor's down, but yes, hot and ready is always available. Thanks to our friends at Little Caesars. They take care of our game crew here on Cable 14, so thanks again to them for feeding us so we can bring you the feed here of tonight's ball game. New pitcher on the hill for the Cardinals in a 5-1 ball game. Enrique Saldano's night is done. We'll get you that pitching change in a second.
Now on the mound for your Cardinals, number 26, Logan Workington.
As Logan Workington will get the ball here, number 26 on the hill for the Cardinals to start the 7th inning. 5-1 is your score. Thank you so much for tuning in on Cable 14. I'm Neil Sherwaspa flying solo this evening. Reed Duthie, unfortunately unavailable on Thursday night. A little different here, but Reed will be in the box with us to call the All-Star game Sunday night. Of course, they'll be busy with A1 Wrestling, Alpha 1 Wrestling on Sunday afternoon. Of course, they have a big card just up the road here. But you can join myself and Alec Murray with the call of the Home Run Derby here on Sunday afternoon, 4:30 on Cable 14, and of course being simulcast by our friends here at CHCH TV in Hamilton, across Canada for the Derby anyways. Of course, then you come back here at 7:30 on Sunday night to watch us on Cable 14, and Reed and myself will bring you all the sights and sounds from the All-Star Classic here, the All-Star Showdown taking place here at Bernie Arbor Stadium. As it's now 5-1 here, and Logan Workington with a 7.04 ERA, 7 2/3 innings pitched, 8 strikeouts on the season. Looking for at least another inning to get closer to qualifying for the postseason. Of course, pitchers need 10 innings over 5 appearances, where batters only need 24 plate appearances. So, yes, a lot of lineup juggling will be happening in the next little while here, too, to make sure guys are qualified for the postseason, too. So don't be surprised if your starters only go 5 innings or 6 innings and then come out and give it off to a bullpen guy to just trying to get some more innings across. Would not be surprised to see that be the norm here for the next couple of weeks as teams try to get guys qualified for postseason. But Brad Verhoeven will lead things off here in the top of the 7th inning against Workington. Verhoeven is 0 for 2 in the contest. That one's in there for a called strike. Workington starts on off with a strike. A great job by Saldano. He stands to get the win. Goes 6 complete innings. Allowed 4 hits. Just the 1 run. It's unearned. 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. So back-to-back great starts from Enrique Saldana as he's finally settling back in here and feeling more and more like himself. I think the key tonight was he was able to get ahead of batters. Force them to work on his timetable. Workington works on an 0-2 pitch. As Verhoeven fouls that one off, we'll do it again at 0-2. The kids are racing around to get those souvenirs. Workington gets the sign from Henriquez. Now misses for a ball. Great stop by Henriquez. In case Verhoeven went around on it. A punch out. Verhoeven goes down. Workington's got his first strikeout of the night. And that's 1 away here in the 7th inning. Thanks to Dan Dominguez for updating us on Spencer Marcus's night in Kitchener. He's 3 for 3 with a pair of home runs and 4 RBIs. Wow. Spencer's getting warmed up just in time for the All-Star game. Josh Niles takes strike 1 here. We're on the top of the 7th inning on Cable 14. I'm Neil Sherwaspa. Thank you so much for tuning in on your Thursday evening. Already shouted out the kids and shouted out the code workers, so I should probably shout out my better half, Jenny, who's sitting down not far from us because she'll get jealous. And that one hits Niles, unfortunately. And he'll make his way down to first. Not the way he drew that one up, that's for sure. And I'm sure Worthington didn't want to throw that one inside that close. So we got to look on the replay here and where he gets this one.
Hey there, fans. Big round of applause for Josh Niles.
Niles is actually going to exit the ball game here. Looks like we got a pinch runner coming in. Number 13 will be the pinch runner at first base. Jagan Chanderdat, Roop's son, will be the pinch runner here.
Number 13, Jagan Chanderdat. Stepping up to the plate, the left fielder, number 19, Champ Garner.
Jagan's also a very decent hockey player. He plays for the Kamolka Kings in the GOHL. So we're seeing lots of different sports this week. I think they had a orientation skate or something earlier this week too. I saw it on a Reaps feed. So he reaches first for the hit by pitch on Niles. Oh, misses upstairs to Champ Gardner, who's got a pair of singles in the contest and got caught stealing by a long shot. That one's in there for a called strike. And it counts 1-1, or 1-2. Scoreboard might be behind, or I might be a pitch ahead of myself here. 1-1 the count. Garner hits a liner right at Nickel. He'll flip to second for 1. On to first. In time, they get the double play and get out of the inning. Nothing across in the inning. The hit by a pitch by Niles is erased on that double play. And we'll head to the 7th inning stretch here in Hamilton. It's your Cardinals leading this one 5-1 here on Cable 14. Emily getting them on their feet here for the 7th inning stretch. As we thank you so much for tuning in on Cable 14. I'm Neil Sherwastwa. 5-1 is your score. We'll take a quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard while we got a minute here as well. Chatham, Kent, and Kitchener in a seesaw battle by the looks of it. It's now 8-7 for the Panthers. That one's in the bottom of the 5th inning. Masuki Akasuka having some rough times out there. As we mentioned earlier, Spencer Marcus with a pair of home runs in that contest in Kitchener. Up the road in Barrie, up the 400 series anyways. Top of the 7th inning, the Barrie Baycats leading that one 3-0 on Pack the Park night in Barrie over the Guelph Royals. Frank Garces on the hill so far. 6 1/3 innings pitched so far for Garces. 54 strikes, 24 balls. 76 strikeouts on the season for Mr. Garces. But yes, that is the scores across the Intercounty. Of course, tomorrow night, don't forget, the Cardinals are in action once again. They're taking on the London Majors in the Game 2 of the Home and Home Series. Game time in London at Labatt Park is 7:35 p.m. on what is classic rock night at the ballpark. So that should be fun. Total of 8 home runs in that contest. So the ball has been flying out of Jack Couch tonight. Thank goodness I'm not calling that one. Feel sorry for our friend Mark Perry. And they're waiting for them to finish up the umpire's looking back with that evil grin on us, like we're going to have words after this game because nobody can see past what's going down in front of us here as they're trying to fix some monitors. Bottom of the 7th inning anyways, as Yoki Pena will lead things off. Piano back out here to start the 7th inning, as there's no activity in the Majors bullpen. That one misses outside. Count is 2-0 on Pena. Piano 61 strikes, 21 balls so far, but allowed 5 runs. Big swing and a miss, and has Pena on a 2-1 count now. Pena hits this one down the line, but it's going to go foul. And into the bullpen and deflected by one of the pitchers on the ground out there. Hey, we got our feed. We got our feed. We got our feedback. I can see what's going on in the world. Thanks to everybody working in the truck to get that back up for us. A big swing and a miss. Pena goes down on strikes. Piano with his 12th strikeout of the contest. 2 off his career high in the Iron County now. As he starts the 7th inning with strikeout number 12. Just overmatched Pena on that one, and he kind of knew that was coming when the bottom fell out on that one. You can just tell by his body language. It was just like, oh man, another one. 5-1 the Cardinals leading now as we're back to the top of the order, and Carlos Dominguez, who's now bunting it for a base hit, and that's going to be pushed at the shortstop, and nobody's got a play on that one. Carlos Dominguez has got his 4th hit of the night. I think he likes hitting in the leadoff spot. A bunt single to go with a pair. He's got 3 singles and a double in this contest. 2 runs scored. He pushed that all the way to the shortstop.
Brandon Nickel.
As Brandon Nickel, who has a bunt bunt single himself in this contest. With a batter now. 2 singles and an RBI for Nichols. A run scored to go along with his strikeout. 2 for 3 in the contest. Takes ball 1 inside here from Payano. 8 home runs in the contest in Kitchener. That's another crazy night at Jack Couch Park, that's for sure. That one misses outside for a called strike. Sorry, that misses if you're Nichols, but that's a called strike. My apologies.
And at third base, number 41,
Dre Amaral is at shortstop now. A new second baseman in the contest. As Nickel gives this one a ride, but it's going to hook foul and go out of play. And 1-2 the count now. Nickel is 2 for 3 in the contest. And definitely got to be among the leading candidates for definitely the conversation anyways for Rookie of the Year. Of course, you cannot have signed you have to be Canadian, and you must not have signed a pro contract anywhere. So that pretty much eliminates a lot of the guys in the field this year. But Brandon Luther, who was a guest on our show last night, recorded a couple weeks ago, but mind you, yes, he's definitely in that conversation as well. I'm sure there's some other guys around the league that you definitely have to take a look at. Payano works again here, 1-2 the count. Nickel hits this one a mile high in the air. Somebody calling for it, and it's going to be Verhoeven that makes the play for the second out of the inning. Nickel retired on that sky-high pop-up. F3 goes the putout for the second out of the inning.
Stepping up to the plate, center fielder number 5, Tyler Duncan.
Mark Perry just chimed in on my DM, so he's broadcasting the game in Kitchener. Says, you're going to be busy tonight. There's lots of clips. It's a home run derby going on at the couch. I'm not surprised. Eight home runs in that contest. Goodness. That one misses in there for a called strike on Duncan. Dolio doing a great job at framing these pitches. Fooling me up here. Duncan hits this one down the line, but that's going to go foul. And that's going to be off of somebody's car out there, I'm sure. I think it just scared the person walking into the parking lot. Yeah, you might want to keep your heads up when you're going to your cars out here, folks. I think that one just scared somebody. That bullpen down there for the majors is still silent. Duncan fouls that one off the hands here, but hit and run was on. Hopefully he's all right. Duncan works with that 0-2 count, just staying alive now. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for the majors. 5 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Cardinals in this contest. Strike 3 called on Duncan, and that is, if I'm not mistaken, 13 strikeouts for Payano. 13 strikeouts for Payano on the night, 1 off his career total now. His career high, anyways. As we're off to the top of the 8th inning when we come back here from the break on Cable 14.
The Hamilton Network is currently taking a break for the summer. But listen, we just wanted to let you know that you can still catch repeat episodes Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. You can also go to cable14.com to watch any episodes from this past season.
senior help wanted sign.
In the first inning, Majors rallying to tie it in the top of the sixth inning before they got to Victor Payano for 4 runs in the home half of the sixth inning, and that's the difference in the ball game. But Payano has 13 strikeouts to his credit here, and looks like he's going back out to start for the eighth inning, anyways, to at least equal or better his career high. He's got 13 Ks tonight, and Stephen Hospital been no slouch himself so far this season, just the 1 run allowed. But in those innings of work he's been out there, he's been absolutely lights out for the Cardinals. Just what the doctor ordered here, literally, for this Cardinals. Hospital gets the sign from his catcher, Henriquez. That one's in there for a called strike as he gets ahead of the count on Ken Sugi. At least to start the eighth inning. Swing and a miss by Sugi, and Hospital's got him on the ropes at 1 and 2. Dre Amaral's now at third base. Jagan Channard at the second. Apparently. That's the notes from Matt Hiscock at London HQ. That one's grounded to Salazzo. Sugi retired 5-3 on the putout for the first out of the eighth inning. Stephen Hospital doing what he does best, just getting ground ball outs and occasionally tossing a strikeout. Ricky DeLugo now the batter to face Hospital. Takes ball 1 outside. Didn't realize how tall Stephen Hospital was until I stood up right against him on Saturday night. He just looks tall on the mound, but no, he's really tall in real life too. That one's grounded to Jagan Brown. He'll throws to first in time. And DeLugo's retired on the 4-3 for the second out of the eighth inning. I had to look up to him. Mind you, I'm kind of short for 5'11", but still. He's a tall drink of water. Let's put it that way. And man, can he pitch. Dre Emerald on the batter, 0 for 2 in the contest. Takes ball 1 outside. That one gets away from Henriquez behind the plate. I would expect to see Travis Keys against Owen Boone tomorrow night. If you're watching that game in London, so definitely have a few more eyeballs on it as Owen Boone makes his return to the Labatt Park for the first time this season. That one's grounded out there, and Hospital does a tidy, quick work here. This like surgeon-like material here. A 6-3 ground out, 3 up, 3 down. The Majors go here in the eighth inning. When we come back here with the Cardinals batting, it'll be Nick Vellucci, Tanner Rempel, and Jonathan Salazzo due up. As we'll see who's coming out here. We do actually like we have somebody coming out of the bullpen now. So Payano Day is done by the looks of things.
Joining us for an unforgettable Fernando Rodney Captail Classic at the ballpark. But the fun doesn't stop here. We're back at Burning Arbor this Sunday, July 20th.
Number 24 is on the hill for the Majors.
The 2025 IBL All-Star Game. Gates open at 4 p.m. The Home Run Derby blasts off at 4:30. Then we've got a live concert at 6 p.m. and the All-Star Game.
Payano's Day is done. He goes 7 innings. Allows.
At the box office before they're gone. And we'll see you Sunday for a star-studded night at Bernie. We'll see you then.
7 innings, he allows 9 hits, 5 runs, all 5 are earned. No walks allowed, has 13 strikeouts in the contest. So just unfortunately, his only downfall was a rough 6th inning where the Cardinals were able to string together a slew of hits. 3 doubles against Piano in the contest, all in that inning. Well, that was his downfall in this contest, as Ryan Battelle takes over on the hill for the London Majors. The UBC grad now calling the Majors home, or the Forest City home anyways, and has been absolutely very effective for the Majors when called upon, usually wrapping up after Piano. 15 innings pitched, he's allowed 12 hits, just 5 runs allowed. 4 of them are earned, 2 walks, 11 strikeouts. He's faced 59 batters so far. The Surrey, BC native. Definitely enjoying his time here in the Forest City.
Stepping up to the plate, catcher number 61, Yammer.
As Yammer Hernandez is going to lead things off here in the top of the 8th inning. Pops the first offering he sees from Battelle in the air. Right fielder's giving it chase, and he'll make the catch on the run. Sugi was able to track that one down. And Nico Kakatos is lead the batter now for Nick Veloci, who took over for Josh Williams after he singled.
Pinch hitting for your Cardinals, number 10, Nico Kakatos.
That one's in there for a called strike on Kakatos. He'll be making his way to the All-Star game as well. He's enjoying a well-deserved brief rest anyways before being called upon as a pinch hitter tonight. That one's in there for a called strike. And Battelle ahead of the count 0-2 here with 1 away in the 8th. That one misses inside. 1-2 the count. Battelle looks like he just rushed that pitch to the plate. That one just missed. Olio tried to hold that one across. Battelle doesn't get the call there. And the count is 2-2 on Katatos. Two-two offering. Fouled away by Katatos. He stays alive at 2-2. Nico batting .357 on the year. No home runs, but 9 RBIs, and just been another one of these guys you have to have that conversation about Rookie of the Year potential. Been some outstanding rookie performances across the league this year. This one is lined by Katatos. That's going to go past Chanderdat at second base. And Nico will have a one-out single here to start the inning.
Stepping up to the plate, first baseman number 44, Tanner Rempel.
And Tanner Rempel will be the batter now. 0 for 2 in the contest with a long sac fly RBI. His last time up. Almost off the Luna sign out in center field. That one misses upstairs and outside for ball 1. Sounded like it had a lot of poof behind it. Bottom of the 8th inning, Cardinals leading this one 5-1 if you're just tuning in. Cardinals struck for 1 in the home half of the first inning. Majors rallied for 1 in the top of the 6th inning to tie the ball game at 1 apiece before the Cardinals stormed back with 4 off Piano in the home half of the 6th inning to retake the lead at 5-1. And definitely messaging Tamer after this ball game or going down to see him say, what the heck's up with the dew? guess he just wanted to try something different. So he chops this one to the third base side. They'll go to second for one, on to first. In time, as the twin killing around the horn they go. And the Cardinals are retired here in order, despite the single. So we're leading this one 5-1 here on Cable 14. We got to make a big shout out to our friends at TS Media for all the cutscenes and the over things you see between games, the interludes, the player animations, and player introductions here. And of course, as the ninth inning comes in here, very quickly here, there's only one man we want to see on this game. Of course, the night named after him, very appropriately, as he will make his way off to the bullpen here and onto the mound. And we'll take a quick pause here and let our good friend, Mr. Josh Bain, when Mr. 56 gets to the mound here.
Game for your Cardinals, number 56, Fernando
Of course, those visuals you just saw on our screen promoting their next home game against the Barrie Baycats next week. Of course, courtesy of our friends at TS Media, and they get such a great job. I loved watching the outtakes of some of these guys just having fun out there. And, of course, our friend Josh Bain gets to once again with the very, very appropriate, very, very loud introduction for our friend, Mr. Fernando Rodney, out here on a night in his honor, as everybody's got their caps tilted sideways here in his honor. He's not in a save situation as a 4-run lead, but hey, it's the ninth inning at home. Why not let Fernando have a little more fun here on his night? Looking to close this one out in grand style for the Cardinals as they look to win potentially their sixth in a row here. This team was always capable of running this streak, and it took a while to get going. They got to 2 games and then they would fall down and lose 3 games. They get back up, they win 2 games again, but now, they're finally 2 games above 500, 14-12 on this year. 15-12. 14-12, 15-12 should they win tonight. And, they're battling back in that conversation for home field advantage in the IBL playoffs. A lot of baseball still left to be played, but hey, these are the kind of ball games you need to win if you want to have to worry about tiebreakers. You could wind up tied with the London Majors in the standings, and it could come down to who had the better record in the head-to-head series. So you got to take these games against teams like London when you can get them. And Rodney will come out here just looking to close things off. He's facing the top of the order and Toby Simmons, then a pinch hitter. And Simmons goes around on that check swing offering here from Rodney for strike 1. That one misses for a ball, count 1-1. Rodney did close out Sunday's contest in Brantford. Again, not a save situation Sunday either, but needed some work. Only pitched in Friday night's contest against Chatham-Kent. Before that. And Simmons fouls that one off into the parking lot off to our left here. I'm trying to remember where we parked. I think we parked on the tennis courts. We're okay. As much as I don't mind the Fernando Rodney souvenirs, I don't want it off a baseball bat or through a windshield here. Rodney's pitched 11 innings so far in the season. Has 14 strikeouts, a 5.73 ERA. But the legendary MLB closer out here to close this one out for the Cardinals in a non-save situation. Big swing and a miss. He gets Toby Simmons swinging, and there's one away.
Step up to the plate, the shortstop, number 6, Francisco Fajardo.
So we got some defensive changes for Hardo to stay in the ball game here. So Chanderdat took over for Niles. Fajardo stayed in with the sore ankle and all, and looks like he's got a little more tape on it now. Athletic therapist been busy working overtime during this game to keep Fajardo in this game. Fernando working with them with an 0-1 count on Fajardo. Got him to check his swing. He appealed down the third, so he did not go around. Fajardo able to hold that one back. 1-1 to count now. A quick look at the replay, and well, it didn't break the plane quite enough, so Jeff Rose had to make the right call down the third baseline. Of course, it's Rosie, so, you got to expect that. 'Cause that one he went around on. Rodney not fooling around anymore now. You might want to buckle up at the plate, son. Rodney gets the sign from Hernandez. 1-2 offering. Just misses outside, runs the count to 2-2. Tried to get him to chase something on the outer half. Two misses low for a ball, 3-2 now. Or just like it slipped out of Rodney's hand when he released it. But you can just tell how he conducts himself out there like the professional he once was. He's in a class by himself. Swing and a miss. Fajardo goes down swinging. And there's 2 punch-outs for Fernando tonight on his night. If the hat fit my head, I'd put it on my head, but no, it doesn't fit. So one of the kids will definitely get the souvenir tonight. Is Eduardo De Olio now the last man standing here against Fernando Rodney in the London Majors 9th inning. Down to their last out. A big cut from De Olio on that first offering. For strike 1. Olio 0 for 3. Pair of strikeouts and a fielder's choice. Pops this one in the air down the right field line, but that's going to go out of play. And the Majors are down to their last strike here in the 9th inning. Like he's done so many more times before. 327 saves in the major leagues. Fernando Rodney not in a safe situation tonight, but looking to close this one out on a night named after him. 0-2 offering. Misses outside for a ball. Henriquez tried to pull that one back in, but it got away from him for ball 1. Crowd on his feet here trying to get Rodney to get this last punch up. Gets the sign from Henriquez. 1-2 pitch. Misses outside for a ball. And he evens the count at 2-2 as De Olio's got the patience of a saint back there. Crowd building once again here on his feet as Rodney delivers his 2-2 offering. Foul down the line, and we'll go it again at 2-2. Tried to bring it in on hands on De Olio. And the big guy got a hold of it. Kept it in play to foul it off. Rodney toes the rubber once again. De Olio steps into the box. Henriquez with the sign. 2-2 offering. Swung on and missed! And the arrows will fly here at Bernie. A great job in relief by number 56, Fernando Rodney, on the night named after him, very appropriately. He gets handshakes and high fives and hugs from his teammates and the Cardinals have now won their 6th in a row, 5-1 over the London Majors tonight here at Bernie Arbor Stadium. And moving into 4th place in the standings, pending the outcome of the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers and Kitchener Panthers games. But into a tie for 4th place. You know, not so long ago they were sitting in 7th place and people were having to really shake their head about this team, but now the naysayers are pretty much quiet right now as this team is rolling. Rolling, and they have to continue here as they will head to the All-Star break with 2 more games in hand here. Tomorrow night, that is, of course, 7:35 on Majors TV. Join Gillian Baker and Owen Taylor over there with the call tomorrow night. And then, of course, then they're on the road again on Saturday night before hosting the All-Star game. Saturday is in Toronto. It's at 7:30 start down at Christie Pitts in Toronto. And then Sunday afternoon, you got to come back here. Catch us on Cable 14. Catch us on CHCH TV as you're going to have lots of fun here as we host the All-Star game and Home Run Derby. And we got the player of the game is down there with a conversation with Enrique Saldana for sure. The player of the game.
Just won our 6th game in a row. We're leading up to All-Star. The vibes are just incredible. What is it like in the dugout? What is the atmosphere being a Cardinals right now?
Tommy Reyes-Cruz doing the translation for us down there with Saldana. The vibes are nice. Couldn't have said it better.
Do you hear me?
I can hear you. We're going down to field level for an interview with, oh, there we go. We got some guys down there. We got Enrique Saldana and some guys having some fun down there. So, guys, how does it feel to be riding the high? We're on a 6-game winning streak now. And what's been the difference the last couple of days? What's the difference as far as everything else goes?
¿Qué fue la diferencia de toda la salida que tú tuviste?
Bueno, trabajar con mis compañeros y tener un plan antes del juego.
Work hard with the guys and be better every day.
Yeah. So, Enrique, I think the key tonight, you got ahead of pitchers in the counts. Pretty much most batters tonight. Is that what you're working on, trying to get into things going as far as this stuff goes?
Que si tú estabas trabajando estar encima de los bateadores y todo eso en la semana.
Sí, que estaba trabajando eso porque había tenido problemas en las salidas anteriores.
Yeah, he was working on that and he knows that he was having problem in all the game the before all
It's okay. It's okay.
All the other games.
Yeah.
He had that problem, so he worked hard and we see the result.
Yeah, we see the results were huge tonight. Thank you so much, guys, for taking time out. Go celebrate with your teammates. Let's go get another win tomorrow night in London.
Thank you. God bless you.
God bless you. That is the Hamilton Cardinals bench, and, you know, you can just see the joy on their faces back on here. Guys playing with a little more swagger, and things are going their way right now. 6-game winning streak, loving to make it. They're heading to London tomorrow night, 7:35. You can catch that one on Majors TV. That is going to do it for us here on Cable 14. We'll see you guys Sunday afternoon at the All-Star Game and Home Run Derby, 4:30 here on Cable